Agents Michael Webster and Denise Brown from Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in life and property insurance. Don't take chances with your family's future.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Radio Cayman's Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman. I am your host, Sabrina Turner, and we are pleased to have two segments today. We'll put the spotlight on ACT Coaching in our first segment, and after the 8 o'clock news, sports, and weather update, we'll hear about Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School. Who doesn't want to know about that? But it is my pleasure to welcome in studio with me Miss Laura Watler, who is founder and head coach of ACT Coaching in the Cayman Islands. Laura, welcome back. Thank you. Welcome to your show.
Good morning.
The Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday and is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Give them a call, 949-6211, and also by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. Now, we need to hear about ACT Coaching, and our topic is life coaching as a profession. So, Laura, give us an overview of ACT Coaching and how you became involved in life coaching right here in the Cayman Islands.
Thank you. So ACT Coaching was founded by me back in 2013, and ACT actually stands for Accountability, Clarity, and Transformation. It's what I got from hiring a coach myself about 8 years ago. So when I hired her, I got to find that there was accountability in the world other than myself. There was clarity that brought to my life, and I also got to witness my life transform in a particular way. So ACT Coaching services individuals, groups, couples, and also teams, corporate as well. Really, I took it on as to support community and to support people to really create something different in their life.
What are some guiding principles of coaching, and what is life coaching all about, period?
Well, mainly it's about building relationships and causing and creating different relationships in yourself. I specialize in creating a different relationship with yourself internally to create a different conversation. We all have this personal narrative. I call it the itty bitty pity committee that sits in our head. So we start to change the inner narrative that's coming through. We were talking just a little bit a while ago about criticizing our voice on the radio. Critiquing. We start to change the narratives that are coming through in our lives. And through that, we change the actions we're taking on because we're changing that narrative and removing the barriers that are blocking you in your life.
Now, when you look at males versus females, do you feel that we as females really critique or just pretty much have ourselves at such a high level of expectation of what we want people to see us as being over men?
A little bit. That's an interesting topic. But yes, the female mind tends to critique. We pick up on different things. We're multitaskers, whereas men are very good at logistics and focusing on one single thing. It doesn't mean that they don't get yes. It doesn't mean that they don't get caught up, but we're going to notice the little things, the details, and that's some of our best feminine qualities because we can pick up on a lot of the details. But it also can be damaging to us as well. Yes. Doesn't mean that men don't have it. Our volume with it is just turned up a little bit more.
You find out that that's probably why some females just get overwhelmed with life and it hits you hard.
Yes, me, myself included. Just the little things, and it's about interrupting that pattern and interrupting that as a barrier so that we can move forward. Because if we spend a lot of time just thinking on the little details, well, what is this going to help me move forward? And I love to use forward as the word rather than moving on, because nothing is broken.
Okay. So tell me the difference between coaching as a life coach and counseling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite sure there's probably just a fine line between the two.
There is a fine line, and both in their own modalities have their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
However, coaching is very present forward based, so we're moving you from where you are presently, removing barriers to help you move forward, and counseling is taking present and past into account. Mm-hmm. So it's healing, it's looking at what caused things, and it's starting to kind of move those things from the past out. Whereas coaching is really talking about what's presently in your way and what's presently a barrier and removing that to help you move forward. Now, I'm not saying that counseling does not help you move forward, because we all need to kind of take a look in the rearview mirror, just like when we're driving the car.
Right.
We need to check the mirrors a couple of times. But coaching is mainly that forward conversation, where counseling is stopping the car and getting out and trying to see, what might have been past base.
At what point should persons decide whether or not I need to stop this life coaching and really seek counseling?
It's a good life coach will know and partner with you of like when we need to stop. Sometimes we need to stop, although they are very good complements and working parallel together as well. So I myself have a counselor and I have my own coach as well. So they're very good in working with parallel. But when we find a barrier that we cannot move, we'll refer out and get that past conversation sorted out and then kind of move forward. So a good coach will know when to pass you along.
If you're just tuning in to Radio Cayman, good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner. In our first segment, we're pleased to put the spotlight on ACT coaching. We're talking about life coaching as a profession, and I'm pleased to have in studio with me Miss Laura Waltler, founder and head coach of ACT Coaching in the Cayman Islands. Now, what is the greatest joy of being a life coach?
The greatest joy for me is sitting back and seeing the transformation that my clients are taking on when they are coming to see me every week with, oh my goodness, this happened and this happened. So they're doing the work and they're starting to transform, and they themselves start to look back. Wow, 3 months ago I didn't do this, or I didn't have this, or I couldn't believe that this was possible. So seeing that transformation, because as a coach, you're kind of out on the sidelines. You're not really in it with them. So you can see a lot of things. It's like that bathroom mirror that can see all the things without the stories. And when they realize, oh, wow, I've come this far. I have the relationship that I want with myself, or the relationship with my husband, or I've changed jobs and it's now successful, and I'm an entrepreneur now. I'm not, So when I see that and then see the joy within themselves, that's really like my heartwarming.
Now, you said that there are little people sometimes in your head. we gotta be able to try to differentiate the good, bad, and the wicked. But how are you able to really just hone it in and not expect, in order to accomplish realistic goals? Because sometimes we can want sun, moon, and stars, and it's really unrealistic. Yeah. How are you able to guide someone who comes to you and you hear why they're in your chair or on your couch or just having a nice warm beverage? How are you able to, like, I hear you, girl, or I hear you, guy, but let's draw it back a little bit?
Well, there's difference. I like to call those dreams kind of magical thinking. So we start to break it apart and find out what is truth, what is coming from that inner narrative that we have that is stopping us. So it's really skills and intuition based, being able to look at who they're being. So I'm an ontologically trained coach. So I take a look at who you're being. We're human beings. We're not human doings, although we get caught in the doing a lot. So take a look at who you're being. And being is really, and when we talk about ontology, it's if you've ever been speaking with someone and the words they're saying are great, but there's just something that's off. So there's like a dissonance between the words and their vibe that they're giving off. So that's what I'm picking up when they're speaking to me. And the difference then I can see, is this magical thinking? Is this, is this actually going to come? And it's not for me to judge, but it's to get curious with my clients and really find out and piece it together. So we take a look together and partner and say, okay, well, if someone comes to me and says, okay, I want to open a business and quit my job in 2 weeks. Okay, hold on. Let's find out some things, which it could happen.
But they may be onto something here.
I'm totally a believer in possibility, but do you have the structures? Do you have the support? Do you have the accountability? So that's when we start to build it down. So not necessarily realistic, but do you have the support structures in place? Do you have what's going to happen? Yeah, I usually tell people if you're going to quit your job, at least have 6 months
at least
savings in the bank.
At least.
But yeah, so we really partner and break it down and see what can be magical thinking and what can be the wheels to the ground, taking those on.
What are the various services that you offer at ACT Coaching?
So I do one-on-one coaching, which is individual coaching. That's what my practice is mainly made up of. I also have some couples as well, where they have sessions with me as a couple and also as themselves. I love those because I tend to go around relationship. And when I say relationship, it's not only romantic. It's life, it's with yourself, money, time. But I do have some couples in my practice as well that come to me, and then they all have their individual projects that they're working on as well. I also love to work with teams and groups. I just recently piloted a program where I'm working with business partners as well and being able to coach them because that's a relationship as well.
It's true.
And being able to have them align and be on the same page. So it's mainly one-on-one, but I do love working with teams and groups as well.
Okay. A life coach is a trained professional who aims to help and guide individuals to make and meet and exceed personal and professional goals. They support clients on a journey to rediscover their own strengths and abilities. They can include excelling in the workplace, becoming happy and fulfilled at home, exploring your full potential, and achieving life's ambitions. You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight on ACT Coaching in the Cayman Islands with Miss Laura Watler. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll hear about coaching sessions, what it entails, and we'll also get signs that life coaching is needed. If you're just hearing about this and you're kind of skeptical, who is she? Why should I sit on a couch? Why should I tell anybody my problems? I can deal with this. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Yeah, but it takes a team. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas. Wilfred Gillis Connolly, 1894 to 1942. Wilfred Gillis Connolly, born and raised in East End, is remembered as a generous, honest, and well-respected gentleman. For many years, he owned and operated a small mercantile business in East End. He was also a farmer and vestryman. In the late 1930s, Mr. Connolly closed his business and went to sea with the Merchant Marine. During World War II, in 1942, his ship was torpedoed and he lost his life.
Radio Cayman's Historical Facts Vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
Circle of Love Women's Ministry and DCFS would like to thank our gold sponsors for their support of the annual Child Month Breakfast on May 11, 2019. Cayman National Bank, Persona Events, Wendy's, Book Nook, Marriott Beach Resort, Atlantic Kids, Foster's Food Fair, and Cayman Islands Monetary Authority. Thank you, gold sponsors, for empowering, impacting, and encouraging the future of the Cayman Islands. For more information on the Child Month Breakfast or to be a sponsor, contact Shanda Hunter at 922-3229.
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies, free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz and keeping the spotlight and hearing more about life coaching as a profession with Miss Laura Waltler, founder and head coach of ACT Coaching in the Cayman Islands. Now, Miss Laura, where are you located?
I'm located on Crew Road. It's the little Cayman cottage that's right across from Cayman Clinic. So it's 13 Melody Lane, Georgetown. A lot of times people are like, where? And I said, the little Cayman cottage. They're like, I got it. So I'm right in there. So it's pretty close to town.
Now, for someone who is not or who haven't actually sought the services of a life coach, what happens during a session?
We talk a lot.
Well, I can do that without labeling it.
So basically with my clients and also new clients, we're working within projects. So we're always working within something. So we don't come in there and talk about the weather or who did your nails and all that kind of stuff, which is great conversations. But we get down to what you're working on and then being able to remove the barriers or what you've practiced in the last week. So we're always talking about the projects that matter to you. Now, those projects can be creative, they can be business, they can be career, they can be life, they can be relationships. But we're always talking about what came up in the last week and what's the next movement that will have you go forward. So we're talking about milestones. We're talking about what might be in the way. So it's an hour session, but a lot gets covered in those sessions to move those projects forward and continually keep you moving forward. So basically, what are the barriers? And we talk a little bit about them, and then being able to, like I said, have that accountability, the support structures over the next week to have those start to fall away.
How important is confidentiality?
Very important, especially in a small island community such as this one. Confidentiality is one of the things that I hold dear to my heart because it's a part of integrity for me too. So confidentiality is of utmost importance, and I keep it very close to my heart. So knowing that, I might know someone's friend or mother, but that doesn't matter when you're inside a session with me. You are your person, and we're moving you forward, and none of that really matters.
Understanding how small our community is, do you feel that could make or break a business such as yours? Understanding that there may be some topics that you either talking about your cousin or a very close friend of yours. Yes. I'm not going to go to her to talk about that. Or during one of the sessions, you realize that there's a topic that's been bothering you that if we even open that Pandora box, you may be somewhere linked.
That's why one of the reasons I have a coach myself, to be able to remove my stuff from all of my sessions, as like my sessions as well. So I'm keeping that stuff towards my life. So if I have an issue, something comes up in a session, I can write it down, and I can know that I can touch base with my coach as well as any names and anything. It doesn't matter. The content doesn't matter too much for me. Like I said earlier, I'm listening to who that person is being. What's the filter? What's the story that's blocking them? So the content doesn't matter too much to me. So I can almost let it go and focus on really like what that inner narrative is saying to that person. So it doesn't stick. I might like hear a name or something, but it doesn't actually stick. And that takes I've been doing this for about 7 years now. So I'm a little bit better practiced at it now. But yeah, I'm very happy to say that I'm glad that I have my own coach where I can take my own things as well, whether there's an issue. Because you're human as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Laura, life coaching as a profession, how do you have to conduct yourself, understanding that people come to you for your expertise? But do you find that you have to be very conscious of how you conduct yourself, even the way you dress, what comes out of your mouth, and even your own opinions matter?
Yeah. Again, this is why I love having my own coach. But yeah, so I think it was probably about 6 years ago that I realized I was getting drawn into the public, the social media, the negativity, and I actually took a very big look at where I wanted to come from as a human, as a woman. What were my opinions? What were my things? And really started to professionalize myself and take the casualness out of them. So even though I might wear, on Fridays I might wear flip flops and that kind of thing, but it's really who I'm being when I'm in those clothes or when I'm talking to someone. I'm coming from that professionalism. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, hey, do you want to coach me? But
no.
But it's who I'm being, and it really taking that look of, I want to be professional. I want to dress the part. I want someone, whenever they meet me, to walk away with, wow, that was refreshing.
Right.
So it's not a fake thing. It's just, I want to live my life in a positive way. And this is what I'm practicing, what I'm preaching,
leading by example.
Yes. Yeah. So I coach and I lead, and that's who I am everywhere, because I started to shift what was happening in my life. By professionalizing myself, I started to see better relationships. I started to see things moving forward myself. So I didn't get caught in the muck a lot of the times. So I really, by taking on that view of, I'm going to professionalize myself, but that doesn't mean I have to be on all the time or in business mode. I'm creating something different in my life, which affected all of my relationships and also my business as well. So.
Now, what are some signs that someone may need a life coach, and what qualities should they be looking for? Any coach, because I think we dabbled into that just now a little bit.
So when everyone, do I need a coach? I'm like, I'm not sure. I come from the belief that everybody could benefit from having a coach. Just because it's that outside perspective, you're not able to, just like a personal trainer that might correct you on a form if you're doing a kettlebell swing or something. It's, you don't know that you're doing that until someone says, hey, did you know that you arched your back, or do you know that you're picking it up a little bit weird? So that in itself is, if you need that extra eye, or you're having problems moving the things forward, like you've got that to-do list and it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and you really want to move forward. So when you're in a transition in your life, I'm always a big fan of any kind of transition, any kind of big change, whether that's relationship or professional or personal. Seek a coach. Most coaches on island and overseas will do what's called a discovery session or a complimentary session, so that is this coach going to be for me? I always say interview at least 3 coaches so that you have a different view of, because everybody has a different coaching style, whereas mine is very much around relationships. Some might be more spiritual, some might be more business, career focused. So what they should really be looking in a coach is, do they have a coach themselves? I'm a very big fan of that. As I said, I'm removing my stuff and moving my life forward. So you want someone that has a coach themselves. Do they carry themselves professionally? What are they talking about? What are they talking about online? Social media is a great thing. Exactly. But what are they talking about, so that you can know, well, is this person walking the walk and talking the talk. Yeah. So taking a look at that. What does their website say? What is professionally? What credentials do they have? Have they taken training? Those kind of things. Those are issues that are dear to my heart, because I've invested a lot of my professionalism in creating and launching something that is very dear to my heart. This is the only thing that I do full time. So I want to make sure that people are getting the best services that they need out there as well.
Now, by harnessing techniques based on core life coaching principles and intuition, life coaches empower clients to provide a toolkit of teaching to confidently facing difficult challenges and to overcome emotional barriers. Now, Miss Laura Watler can help you with that. How can people get in contact with you?
So the best thing is to go to my website, laurawatler.com. That's the easiest way, and you book a session. I'm actually relaunching the website on Friday. Yay! Yes. But you can still go on there today. That's the easiest way. It's really simple. My calendar's up there, so you can slot in a time. Also, my number is 345-925-2646, and email is laura@laurawatler.com.
Now, where do life coaching sessions take place, and how often do you work with your clients?
Usually they're at my office. I have a confidential private space that we can meet. We can also do online, or even in this technology-driven age, we can do Zoom calls, video calls. So it's very global. It's not that you have to be here. And we meet once a week for an hour, hour and a half sometimes. And usually it's a 6-month commitment so that we know where you started and know where you're ending, and we can start to move those things out of your way. Some of my clients have been working with me for 4 or 5 years. Some of them are brand new, so it depends on where you want to go and what you really want to do.
Now, do you put on any life coaching workshops or work with employers?
Yes, yeah, I do. I'm starting to branch out more into the corporate arena, just because I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and so I do workshops. I'm planning on hosting at least 3 more this week. Well, not this week, this year, and being more active in the community so that employers can know to look out for me.
What can we all do to mitigate distractions, and what are some tips you can offer relating to better time management and to communicate in more meaningful ways? Now, I think this is a free for me. I need to know the answer to that.
So we spend time on the things that are our priority.
What we think. So I generally tell people to write down the top 3 things that are top priority to you, and then take a look at where is your actual time going. So is it going to yourself? Are you nurturing and sourcing yourself? So that might look like reading a book, a bubble bath, like those things, to make sure that your mask is on, as they say in the airplane. The airline says your mask on. Help yourself before you help the next person.
Yes. What about your relationship? What about that? What are you doing to move yourself forward? What are you listening to? What are you looking at? So taking a look at where your time is going and what's the most time. I think your iPhone now can tell you where your screen time is. I get the update and I'm like, I don't know if I want to look at that. But where is your time going? And that can tell you a lot just in that, are you spending more time on your phone? Are you spending more time with yourself? So taking a look at what are my top 3 priorities and what do I really want to move forward in this 2019? And now taking a look and, okay, am I getting distracted by, social media or even movies or Netflix, or am I actually taking the time to build what I want to build?
Do you offer coaching for managers?
Yes, I do.
And what is the great, how can managers go from good, great to better job and being able to engage with their employees?
Well, by taking on coaching, I've actually seen a big shift in some of the managers I've worked with in the last couple of years, and I'm currently working with. They start to move the things that are blocking them out of their way, and they start to take things less personally, and they start to move those things away from them so that they can now source their teams, or their teams can now source them. So they're getting to be in relationship with their staff. They're not just like, we just needed the deliverable. They're actually, wait a second, let's back up here. Who do we need to be? What do we need to do in order to have the results that we need? So they're starting to build those relationships from the ground up and really trusting themselves. So really good to great is that shift. And then from that, they can then engage their employees because their stuff is not blocking the team or in their way anymore.
Now, what can we look forward from ACT coaching in the coming month?
Well, I'm actually starting to put together an assessment that corporations and also my clients can use to find out what kind of manager they are, what kind of leader they are. So I'm going to be launching that within the next month too. It's going to be an assessment that can go out. You can go on my website and sign up for it, and you'll get it. And it's gonna be able to, what kind of leader am I? And that doesn't just mean in the corporate world. It also means at home. It also means personally. What's the leader in my community? So you can start to know, okay, this is where I'm leading from, and this is where I want to be, and how to get there. So.
Now, do you incorporate or do you even believe in energies? Many times you're on your path, the auras, following the universe, and the universe providing without people thinking, Sabrina, go into that hocus pocus thing again.
The woo-woo stuff.
Yes, yes. Do you actually believe and use this as a tool within your practice?
I generally say your vibe attracts your tribe. So I definitely believe in, yes, there's to a degree of the universe will provide or the universe will attract, but it's who am I being? What is my vibe that I'm doing? So you can't just say, well, the universe will set me up. Well, what are you actually creating to create that? Like if you want that thing, let's check your vibe. Like, what are you attracting? So yes, I do go into the woo woo, the energy
and
side.
boundaries, knowing your personal space and understanding. Do you feel that when one decides to make that step and seek the assistance of a life coach, that they need to have the talk with themselves first and listen? Because a lot of times we miss it and we're not listening to ourselves.
Yeah, that's
and I'm not a coach. I'm just real.
Well, yeah, that's step one. But yeah, the first time that you want to start, well, if the thought's going through your head, oh, well, maybe I should go talk to a life coach, go. Because there's a reason that thought has come up. There's a reason, and that coach will help you to turn up that volume so you can hear it and start choosing it. It's like trying to write with your left hand. You're not going to be great at it, but it takes practice.
Yeah.
So we're used to doing stuff with our right hand, and we're going to start learning that. So I generally say, if you're in my path, you're in my path for a reason. If it's for a reason or another.
Now, time does not permit us to go on, and I wish we had a longer segment because we started in an avenue right there that I'm quite sure we sparked the interest of many of our listeners. But maybe we'll have you back on earlier than later. But how can persons, interested persons, get more details about your service, and again, repeat your contact details?
So at laurawatler.com, that's LAURAWATLER.com. And then you can email me at laura@laurawatler.com or email or message me on 925-2646. That's the easiest.
Ms. Watler, thank you for being our guest and sharing with us about life coaching. I was definitely informed, and I hope that we got persons who are kind of iffy about it, give them more information and understanding exactly the purpose of life coaching. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz. After the 8 o'clock news in our second segment, we'll hear all about Cayman Career Academy. Gentle reminder, today, April 16th, is National Day of Prayer for the Cayman Islands, and it takes place at the Glass House at 12 p.m. right here on Elgin Avenue. Yes, that's today. An Easter Sunday service celebrating the reincarnation. That's Sunday, April 21st, 6 a.m. There are 3 venues: 7 Mile Public Beach, Red Bay Dock, and Cowood Beach in Bodden Town. I'll repeat this again at the end of my show. Over to you, Lynn.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. The time is now 8:01, brought to you by Price Right.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Access to information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. The Department of Environment has bagged just over 500,000 green iguanas so far on the coal project, but more hands are needed to reach their target of 1.3 million greenies by the end of the year. Department of Environment's Deputy Director, Tim Austin.
The truth is it's going to get harder and harder. We always knew that, but the longer we can keep those numbers, we'd set a target of 1.4 million, so 500,000 is still a ways off that target. But yeah, we're happy. We're on schedule if you look at our graph predictions. But we know it's going to get harder into the into the end of the surveys, or the end of the effort towards December. So.
Last week, registered cullers got rid of more than 10,000 green iguanas in Grand Cayman, bringing the total number culled to 533,000. Cullers are being paid for $50 to $5 a head if they meet their monthly and or annual targets. For the latest updates, head to DOE's website, doe.ky. 2 young Caymanians joined the list of the Distinguished United World Colleges Global Education Movement. More from Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego.
Aleka General and Ayanna Davis Eden have been selected as the United World College Cayman Islands 2019 Scholars. Aleka General is set to attend Lipo Chen UWC in Hong Kong, and Ayanna Davis Eden is set to attend UWC Thailand. They are set to spend the next 2 years in a pre-university program where they will study and live alongside young people from diverse cultures and backgrounds who are also committed to the UWC mission of using education as a force to unite people for peace and a sustainable future. Chair of this year's selection committee, Martina Jackson, noted in a press release the 2 young Caymanians both stood out as individuals who not only have strong academic abilities and are involved in the community, but individuals who also have a strong passion for the future of the Cayman Islands and will represent our country well. More than 70 Caymanians have attended UWC colleges. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
And as part of continuing upgrades to the road network, the National Roads Authority is advising motorists today that between 7 a.m. and 4, access to Printers Way North will be closed at the roundabout. Local access will be available to residents and businesses via the Shedden Road entrance. The NRA is apologizing for any inconvenience. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, who will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
The BBC News with Jerry Smith. Prosecutors in Paris say the blaze that devastated the city's iconic Notre Dame Cathedral overnight was an accident, not arson. There's speculation that it may be linked to a $200 million project to restore the 19th century spire. Offers of help, both financial and practical, have been flooding in from around the world after President Emmanuel Macron vowed that the cathedral would be rebuilt. French billionaires have pledged hundreds of millions of dollars. Appeals are also being made to wealthy Americans. A court in Moscow has sentenced a Norwegian to 14 years in prison on charges of spying on Russia's nuclear submarine program. 63-year-old Frode Berg had denied the charges. The Russian parliament has given its final approval to a bill creating a domestic autonomous internet. Officials says it's meant to counteract an aggressive US cybersecurity strategy. A team from the Reuters news agency, including 2 journalists jailed in Myanmar, has won the Pulitzer Prize for their reporting on the murders of Rohingya Muslims by the Burmese military, while Lone and Jorso U were sentenced to 7 years in prison for the investigation into the killing of 10 unarmed men. The World Health Organization says at least 174 people have been killed in days of fighting on the outskirts of the Libyan capital Tripoli. Most of the dead have been fighters. There's been an angry response in Kenya to a decision by the authorities to introduce a new tax to build low-cost homes. Next month, employers and employees will have to pay the 1.5% levy. Events are being held across South Korea to mark the 5th anniversary of the Sewol ferry disaster, which killed 300 people. At the main ceremony, a memorial siren was sounded, followed by a silent prayer. BBC News.
Access. Information. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
At Flow, we know that 4 are better than 1. Introducing Flow Quad Play. Packed with the fastest, most reliable broadband, the power and control of Flow Evo TV, Cayman's best mobile experience, and tons of home phone minutes, all in one convenient package from only $199 a month. With 4 plans to choose from, you're sure to find one that fits your needs. It's value, ease, and convenience all on one bill with Cayman's #1 network. Find out why 4 are better than 1 with Flow Quad Play at discoverflow.ky. Terms and conditions apply.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
Brit K, where people come first.
Good morning. This is the official public weather forecast prepared by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Temperatures outside currently 81 degrees. Winds are coming in from the northeast at 7 knots. Relative humidity is at 87%. Barometric pressure is at 1017.1 millibars and rising. Synopsis today indicates light to moderate winds and seas are expected over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with a weak ridge across the northwest Caribbean. Radar images show isolated showers over Little Cayman and north of Grand Cayman moving towards the southwest. Forecast for today in the Cayman Islands, partly cloudy skies, 30% chances of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds expected to be east to northeast, 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Take a look at high tide. High tide takes place today is 7:22 a.m. Low tide at 1:51 p.m. And high tide again this evening at 7:58 p.m. Sunset in the Cayman Islands 6:42 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow 6:07 a.m. Outlook is for similar weather conditions through Thursday evening as a series of weekend inverted trough moves across the Cayman area. For additional information, please visit the website www.weather.gov.ky. This has been an official public weather forecast prepared by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Good morning to all drivers out on the road. Slow-moving traffic as you head on from the east on Shamrock towards Lantern Point and the Prospect area. Things continue to move slow as you head around the Kings Roundabout onto the Limper Pearson Highway. Take a look at the town, CNB area, moderate flow of traffic around the roundabout area, stop-and-go traffic at the airport area, as well as Bobby Thompson Way. Take a look at Industrial Park, moderate flow of traffic as you head on towards the Butterfield roundabout. Clear flowing traffic as you head on towards Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. Smooth flowing traffic from Edward Street to Shedden Road and coming out from the west. Traffic isn't too bad. No incidents to report at this time, but if you see something out there, give us a call 949-6990. Remember to buckle up and be safe.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-29.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
This Easter weekend, the Cayman Islands will welcome the rest of the Caribbean, and you do not want to miss it. Carifta 2019 takes place at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex from April 20th to 22nd. Watch the region's most talented track and field athletes compete and come cheer on your Cayman athletes. Get ready to raise your flags at the Caribbean's biggest athletic event this Easter weekend. It's Carifta 2019. Tickets start as low as $10.
Get your tickets now at CaymanCarifta2019.ky or Funky Tanks and Reflections. Brought to you by the Cayman Islands Government, CUC, Salt Technology Group, the Cayman Islands Athletic Association, Cayman Islands Olympic Committee, DART, Miracle Brokers, Maples Group, Pinnacle Media, World Gym, and Radio Cayman.
The Rotary Peace Fellowship Program is a fully funded master's degree or certificate in peace and conflict studies. Every year, 100 individuals from around the world are selected to receive a generous award that funds tuition expenses, international field experience, and research conference opportunities at one of the Rotary Peace Centers. Located within 7 leading universities around the world, studying at Rotary Peace Center will open the door to a variety of careers such as foreign policy, human rights, international law, and development, and humanitarian action. To learn more, go to rotarycentral.ky.
Hi, this is Bob Kingsley, and this weekend on the Countdown,
we're proudly sponsored by Merengue Town. Liven up your weekends and let loose with grooves of Merengue Town. It's time to feel the rhythm, time to feel the vibes. It's time for Merengue Town.
And, of course, the rest of the 40 hottest hit makers on radio this weekend on the Country Top 40.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. And again, gentle reminder, today, April 16th, National Day of Prayer for the Cayman Islands. That takes place at 12 noon at the Glass House right here on Elgin Avenue, Georgetown. And also Easter Sunday services celebrating the resurrection. That's April 21st at 6 a.m. 3 locations, 7 Mile Public Beach, Red Bay Dock, and Cowood Beach. It is time for the second segment of Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. And in this segment, we put the spotlight on Cayman Career Academy. Our guests are Ms. Jackie Tomlinson-Smith, CEO Principal of Cayman Career Academy. She's joined by Ms. Diane Conley, Manager, National Training and Development Work. Ms. Wendy Lynch, who's Beauty Spa Trainer, Educator, and Mr. Alex Janonan, HR Administrator of Tomlinson's Family Group. Welcome, everyone, to our show.
Thank you. Thank you.
All excited to hear about Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School. So please, without further ado, tell us how this idea was formed to open the first beauty academy in the Cayman Islands.
Well, technical and vocational education and training falls under the remit of Work, Training and Development Unit. In 2016, we reached out to the beauty sector to provide seeking industry feedback and exploring the formation of a working relationship with them. The sector was small, and it was difficult for owners to find time to dedicate time to train interns or apprenticeships. But one person stepped up, and that was Beyond Basics, a medical day spa at that time that we invited. And they were keen on researching the background on this and on what it would take to set up a beauty school here. In 2017, they began trading as Cayman Career Academy, and they began the process of being registered as a TVET institution in Cayman. That was quite a process. There were changes to the education law that needed to be made.
Right.
There was a documentation and accreditation that needed to be worked out. In 2019, earlier this year, the process for TVET institutions to register was formalized, and Cayman Career Academy was actually the first to receive a provisional registration from Education Council.
Congratulations, Miss Jackie.
Well, thank you so much.
Always definitely out there. And I mean, how does it feel to, be the first licensed academy to offer courses that could lead to these diplomas and certificates in the Caribbean?
I think any dream that you have and it becomes fulfilled makes you feel amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been interested in young people, the people of the Cayman Islands. I've done a lot of community work, took a little bit of a sabbatical after the public library in Georgetown, and then I felt it was time to come back. And I was so glad that Miss Diane persevered with us, and I'd like to especially thank my HR manager, Alex, who has worked so hard with the Education Council to try to get this license, especially with Philip Scott. Yeah. And finally it's come through. So, yeah, a dream that you had for a while has been fulfilled. And it's a good feeling.
Excellent. Now, what is the main aim of Cayman Career Academy?
Well, the aim is to get our local people up to par that they would be acceptable in spas such as mine, for instance, the Medical Day Spa, and to give, we have a number of people on work permits in the spa industry, and I think that's what the work was looking at, or in NWDA at that time. How can we fill these jobs with our own local people? And not many people could go away or wanted to go away. And I don't think we have enough vocational education on the island, vocational schools. And so we felt if we had one, more Caymanians would be enticed to go into that field. And so that's, it is aimed basically at trying to get Caymanians, and especially, I think work looks at people, Diana, if I'm correct, that need jobs and are capable of, they do have the qualifications, but they don't know where they want to go, perhaps.
Yeah, and one of the things we were trying to promote was pathways.
Right.
We had some, like CIFIC had one level, but there was not the next level to take them to where they needed to be in the industry. And also to open up people's ideas that this could be a career choice. And you don't have to leave Cayman.
Options.
Yes, more options. And also raising the standards of what we would expect in Cayman.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is, initially, I would like to say, for the locals. But of course, I'm in a business to make money as well. So I have to make sure that you have enough people filling it to pay the bills. So we'd like to say that we're opening up for the Caribbean region as well. But initially, we of course have to make sure that our own people, always will have priority.
Of course. Now, what kind of research went into sourcing as to what beauty courses you would offer at Cayman Career Academy?
I think along with Miss Diane and her team, we looked at who are the major players in the field right now that were on work permits. So that became like your beauty therapist and your massage therapist. So that's why I think, if I'm right, that the government is looking at giving the scholarships to those persons first. So that's why we have, and we're so blessed to have Sedesco work along with us to offer not just the diploma, the full diploma in beauty therapy, but also the certificate courses, which are a little bit shorter. And the first one is in aesthetics, and the next one is in body therapy, which includes massage.
Excellent.
Ms. Sabrina,
sure.
To add to that, I believe you asked her as well what type of research went into sourcing Sedesco.
That's correct.
I was privy to be along with Ms. Jackie for almost a year and more, and she was sourcing this particular brand along with many others. Many nights were spent until 3 o'clock in the morning deciding, should we go this way, should we go that way? And we were weighing out the pros and cons of what is the best. And she did not. We were offered another brand, and she just didn't want to settle for second. She said, let's go for the top.
That's Miss Jackie, though.
Yes, and that's Miss Jackie. So I just wanted to add, because you asked
how.
Yes.
Now, how closely does workforce opportunity and residency, as we call work with Career Beauty Academy, providing a pathway for TVET students?
So part of this is also to bring awareness. We worked very close at the beginning, from the formation of the ideas to bouncing ideas about which one would be the best accreditation, how to go about doing that, what they would actually need to become a registered provider in the Cayman Islands. And then we took it one step further. We said, you know what, let's offer some scholarships for Caymanians to take them to the next step.
Right.
A lot of the persons who register us are looking for jobs, do not currently have a job, and they are willing to make that career change. They want to either see something new, or they were like, wow, I didn't know this was offering, and this is what this is about. So we actually offered 10 Caymanian scholarships. 5 scholarships were granted for the certificate in aesthetics, which started on April 1st and is slated to be completed September 30th. We had 14 people who applied for that first certificate. And we had a short turnaround time on that one. From that, we interviewed 11. And out of that, 5 were given scholarships. And if I may mention their names.
By all means.
Roseanne Miles, Shanice Bodden, Maritza Barnes, Ocean Costa, and Caron Johnson. So we're really proud to have these first 5 Caymanians take up the scholarship. And we will have an additional 5 scholarship offered for the certificate in body therapy. And that's slated to begin in July 2nd.
Yeah. How has the progress been so far, Miss Jackie?
Well, I like Wendy to answer that, but I, from my perspective, every time I go to the classroom, I find glowing students who feel, oh my goodness, this is a lot of work, but we're so excited. And I feel their passion. But I'd like perhaps Wendy, to, who is actually the main lecturer, to explore that a bit.
So to answer your question, the students came in with a mindset at first that, okay, they can come into class and then afterwards they would be able to do their mundane, normal, everyday activity. So there were a few, and I will give you a little story. There were a few of them who wanted to keep their part-time jobs, and then there were others that were seeking like beauty pageant status, and it was quite prestigious. And she came out. This particular student came and she was like, you know, I was approached by the beauty council, and I really want to do this this beauty pageant. And in my head, it's signaling, no, don't do it. You don't understand the extent of this course. But I didn't want to verbalize it to her. Mm-hmm. So I went on with my first day. After this first day, she came in the second, and she's like, Miss Wendy, I rethought what I wanted to do, and it's not possible. I'm really going to focus on the curriculum. I'm going to focus on my studies, and she's proving to be one of the most amazing women I've ever met, one of the most amazing students.
And the selection process was not easy.
I can imagine.
Yeah, we had some very good submissions. We did ask the question, why do you want to do this course? Mm-hmm. And one young lady that applied not only wrote on the first page, she actually took up the whole of the back page. But it was a very moving story because it was from her heart. Right. Having this interest, not having the role models in front of her, and realizing this was an opportunity to change her life.
Mm-hmm. Which leads straight into the details on what the application process is like. And, are there any prerequisites for entry to these courses?
Well, Alex might be the right person to answer because he developed the prerequisites for the courses. So.
Well, basically, like any other program, this is a premium program that we offer at the Cayman Career Academy. So therefore, we admonish students to at least have 4 CXC passes, right? And some sort of training like TVET training, because, there is side effect right now. Students are coming out from there looking to capitalize on the existing, abilities that they have. And this is the opportunity for them to come and take advantage of it to become certified.
So they also have to be a mature 17 or over. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that appeals to me as our age ranges in the present group. They range from perhaps 19, I think it is, to 50.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it's amazing. I mean, some people are having career changes. Some people, it's great. There's a lady who was a nurse, and she's changing to be an esthetician. So we're glad. But there's also, we'd like to have pictures. We have to do that interview, like we said, and they have, they have to be committed because, as Wendy pointed out, it's quite an intense course, and so we have to make sure that they are committed. And a lot of them are. That's what they keep saying. We didn't realize it was all this depth of education. So it's a high standard, and as Wendy pointed out, that's what we were going for. That no matter where you went in the world, you could. Everybody looking at a CEDESCO certification, that's a very appealing thing,
Strange enough, I was sharing with my colleague Wendy, when I saw the curriculum for this program, I always thought beauty was lipstick and, whatever, makeup, so then when I went through, I think it would change a lot of people's perception of what, beauty therapy is about, because this program it comprises of both theory and practical applications. Mm-hmm. So to me, when I looked at the program, it's robust. You know, so when students graduate from this program, there will be no gaps. All gaps will be filled. Definitely.
Actually, Mr. Jadanan as well, while he was looking at the course content, he was like, how can I do this? Can I do this also? And he's a male factor, and that is a thing. We don't want to stereotype this course in any way, form, or fashion. It is for women who wants to be in the beauty industry, and we're welcoming any gentleman who this is their career path. This is the way they want to go, and I think Alex might be one of the first part-time students too.
But also, I want to say that. Feeding on that next course, I noticed that 2 gentlemen have applied for the massage therapy, and I know that for myself, I prefer a man massaging me.
Why not?
Because they have the strength.
Why not?
But can I, at this stage, really tell you how impressed I am with work, and how amazing it is to work with them, because when I heard Mr. Paul, who works with Miss Diane, tell about the wonderful things, not just a scholarship government is giving them and paying for the full tuition and uniforms and books and registration fee and exam fees and blah, 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 but they're also paying for if they needed child support.
Yes,
they pay for that.
Wow, yes,
they give them a stipend weekly stipend, just at least for lunch and for bus. It's not a lot, but it can help them. I was like, are you for real? This is amazing. So it is. I would like to congratulate government through work, what they're doing. It's amazing.
We did realize these are barriers we see our clients with, and in order for them to be successful, we need to give them every chance possible. That means covering and addressing those barriers that they need are in front of them. So we do offer childcare with after school or preschool care. We do offer a weekly stipend to them as well. So if it's a bus they need to get, they can get the bus. If it's about picking up lunch, they're able to use the funds for that as well. Let's clear the pathway for them to success.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we hear about Cayman Career Academy that it opened in March of this year. It's located at Smith Road Plaza, and it held its open house last month. Now, the open house marked the official opening of the first beauty academy in the Cayman Islands, offer various diplomas and certificate and courses leading to Sedesco qualifications. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll let you know what is Sedesco. And I'm pleased to have our guests in studio telling us more, Miss Jackie Tomlinson-Smith, who's principal, and Miss Diane Connolly, manager of National Training and Development Work, Miss Wendy Lynch, who's beauty spa trainer, educator, and Mr. Alex Jananon. I'm messing that up. Jananon.
Forget it.
HR administrator. Alex, get that a lot. You tell me that.
Definitely.
I'm quite sure you've heard different versions of your surname.
Definitely.
It's like you start it and you can't stop. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
This Easter weekend, the Cayman Islands will welcome the rest of the Caribbean, and you do not want to miss it. Carifta 2019 takes place at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex from April 20th to 22nd. Watch the region's most talented track and field athletes compete and come cheer on your Cayman athletes. Get ready to raise your flags at the Caribbean's biggest athletic event this Easter weekend. It's Carifta 2019. Tickets start as low as $10.
Get your tickets now at CaymanCarifta2019.ky or Funky Tanks and Reflections. Brought to you by the Cayman Islands Government, CUC, Salt Technology Group, the Cayman Islands Athletic Athletic Association, Cayman Islands Olympic Committee, Darts, Miracle Brokers, Maples Group, Pinnacle Media, World Gym, and Radio Cayman.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz and keeping the spotlight on Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School. I'm so excited to get started, and I'm pleased to have in studio Mr. Alex Jadnonana, and I knew I was going to do it. I broke it up in syllables, went back to primary school, who is HR Administrator of the Tomlinson Family Group, and Miss Jackie Tomlinson-Smith, Principal of Cayman Career Academy, Miss Diane Connolly, Manager, National Training and Development, and Miss Wendy Lynch, Beauty Spa Trainer Educator. Now, let's talk a little bit about the training and skills and techniques that will be covered in this program.
So first of all, it must be knowledgeable that students who enter this program, the aesthetics industry, will have a knowledge far exceeding that of any individual trained in only facials or body massages. Therefore, a SEDESCO trained esthetician can provide full body care. These students are qualified to own and operate at the end of their training their own body care spas, or work in a body care spas, work with a plastic surgeon, a dermatologist, and see about clients who do have any type of skin conditions.
And the good thing is they don't no longer have to leave this island.
Mm-hmm.
And the certificates that is given and diplomas are accredited? How does that work?
The SEDESCO certification, and this is what we need to enforce, it is a full education. It's not an entry-level diploma.
Mm-hmm.
Students who complete this training, they're going to be able to take the SEDESCO exams, and to be noted that the SEDESCO exams is the world's most distinguished beauty qualifications that any esthetician can get.
And it's all here.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see that big button on Miss Wendy's.
Yeah, you get this button afterwards.
Yeah,
and a humongous certificate.
Yes, it's big.
It was a lot of weight and prestige behind it.
Excellent. And it's all accessible right here in the Cayman Islands, thanks to the vision and the collaboration of Miss Jackie and Diane and her team over there.
It was a lot of years, but, just the prospect of Caymanians getting this certification, they could use it for their own. They could stay here and do it. They can leave and go anywhere in the world, and this certification would be recognized as being prestigious and outstanding, and the quality of work you're going to get.
Now, we understand that 5 scholarships have already been given, but there's an opportunity, again, for persons to apply for scholarships again next semester. Can you share with us how that process works, what documents will students have to provide, and, again, are there any age requirements?
Yes. So the next round is for the certificate in body therapy. And we are accepting applications now, which will be considered in May. First of all, if someone is interested, know that it is a full-time study program. It is not part-time. It does take a lot of effort. So you must be willing to put full-time in. You would have to register as a client of work through our Job Link program. This can be done by visiting our website, www.nwda.gov.ky. So we're still using the same email.
And where are you located, Miss? No,
we're still at Midtown Plaza, second floor.
That's the CNB roundabout for those who want the Cayman.
Yeah.
Yes. They must be Caymanian, 17 and older. In order to register with us in a Job Link program, you must be able to upload your birth certificate, your photo ID, whether it's a passport, driver's license, or voter's card, and you must show proof of citizenship. We can help you out. If you want to come attend the office, we can help you with the registration, or you can go online and get it done from the comfort of your home.
Okay. And I would also like to say that's while work is given those scholarships, that we're also we can take up to 10 students comfortably. So we have open space for 5 more, and we do have amazing payment plans at Cayman Career Academy. So if there are persons who didn't get the scholarship, we're still anxious to work with them,
right?
So they can apply to us directly. And we have our own website, www.caymancareeracademy.ky, and we're, as you said, located in Smith Road Plaza.
Okay. One unique thing I must say about our partnership, that as we're going through this program and these scholarships, is that we work very closely together. We help. On our side, we're monitoring the students. From the school side, they're replying back to us and keeping us updated on their progress. It's very important that we give them every confidence on both sides, not just the business who's delivering this training, but also
who's receiving.
Yes,
the students.
The students.
No, I can't tell you how really good we feel about working with and Miss Anne and Mr. Paul. It's been amazing. They're there all the time backing us up, and we can go to them at any time, any hour of the night, which is my kind of thing.
Now, how challenging are the courses, and what will be required of students to be able to succeed?
So the courses, it's not, to put in layman's terms, it's not an easy road at all. It's very, very intense. It's very weighty. The courses consist of natural sciences, anatomy and physiology, skin dermatology, hygiene and first aid, aesthetic treatments, cosmetic procedures, cosmetic surgery, professional ethics, occupational health and safety. Training will be done in all aspects of facials using various modalities. Modalities are instruments that we use that are electrical, and they will learn proper consultations, updated elements of the beauty industry, because the beauty industry is not static. Every day something new is evolving in terms of technology, in terms of cosmetic procedures. It's the number one thing in the world right now, actually. And to just plug in one little session for you as well, and for our listeners out there, Cayman Career Academy with SEDESCO certification is the only academy in the Caribbean that has SEDESCO certification. That's how weighty this certification is. There are only 11 schools, I believe, in the entire U.S. region that are SEDESCO certified, offering SEDESCO certification. So we're opening up to a whole new business venture as well with the Caribbean.
Yeah,
and you know what that means? People coming to our
island. Sure. That's what I was going to say. It's going to be similar to St. Matthew's eventually.
Yes.
Last night I got an application from somebody from Nassau. And I think you got one from Antigua?
I got one from Antigua, a couple from Jamaica.
Wow.
A few from Trinidad.
Putting us on the map.
Yeah.
Now, what did it take in order for you to create that environment to be up to par, up to standard for this accreditation?
Well, we had somebody from SEDESCO had to come down. They were here, that was because we were ready to go from last year. We had our SEDESCO license. So they had to come down, inspect us, make sure that we had all the equipment, that we had everything that was needed, and then they had to sign off on us, and that report had to go back to SEDESCO.
That was in 2017.
Yeah, that was in 2017. So as we said, we were ready. We got our license from SEDESCO April 2018, and we were ready. But of course, like Ms. Diane pointed out, we've been the first. The government had to do, Education Council had to do their due diligence to make sure that we were on par as well. And so it was a two-stream. We had to be certified by SEDESCO, and then we have to be certified by the Education Council locally.
Did it at any point get a bit frustrating understanding
you know
where you wanted, but trying to make those who are making the decision understand?
But I gave that to the man over there, Mr. Jadununun, because I lost it.
Yes, you did.
Many a time I would have lost it, but he has a lot of patience, and one more paper. Well, why didn't they ask for that at the beginning? One more paper.
But it's a process that we've been trying to put together from when I started in 2014. It's a little bit by little bit, and it's about building it out for something new that had never been done here before.
Yes.
So we said, express it, Miss Jackie, just hang in there. This is a first for us. We're getting there. But we wanted to open the door so that once everything was certified on
You were
Sedesco
good.
side.
You're good.
Once they were certified with Education Council, it opened the door for people who were wanted the scholarships through the Scholarship Secretariat to be able to go to Education Council and say, I really want to follow this through.
Right.
So.
I want also, even though they're no longer an island, with us, but there's certain persons beside the government and Miss Diane and those that encouraged us and stood with us. One was Lydia Sarfati, who is the founder of Repechage, one of our seaweed product lines, and she said, because she was the president of Sedesco in USA and still a board member from Switzerland. So she always said to me, you need to do an academy in the Cayman Islands. And I agreed with her, and she really helped us to link us to Joe Walker then, who was an honorary board member and an international examiner. So we brought Joe down, and that's who certified us from a Sedesco point of view. And then last year, as I said, we were ready to go. So Sedesco pointed us to an educator and an examiner in the U.S., Mary Finnegan, and she came down and she got her program together, the curriculum. She helped us to put it all together along with Miss Wendy. And so they're strategic people that I'd like to publicly mention because they were very good to us,
Now, where does it go from here?
If you're talking about where does it go in terms of when the students graduate?
Development is just how this academy grow, what can be the domino effects and positiveness for what it brings to our jurisdiction.
I just think we've only just begun. Okay, we are offering this Sedesco, and I would like to point out, what are we offering at the moment? Sedesco at the moment has limited us to what we can offer. Fair. And there is the full diploma in beauty therapy. There is the postgrad, and I think we have never mentioned that on this forum right now. That is for any beauty therapist or esthetician out there who has been trained by some other body and has 3 years experience. They can do the postgrad course. That's a shorter course. It's like 42 hours or 3 months basically, and they get the full diploma certificate, diploma, postgrad diploma on beauty therapy. And then we have 2 certificate courses, the one in aesthetics and the one in body therapy. But once we have proven ourselves and we get those passes, then we can offer all the varied courses that Sedesco offers. And that is from a makeup artist to a spa manager. Okay? So we intend to grow on that, of course. And then, of course, we can bring in, because we now have our license. So, like, I have a medical laser spa, so I would like to know that I can also bring in persons to certify estheticians and others who want to become a laser tech, and then who want to specialize in makeup artistry, who want to specialize in what do you call this thing?
Lashes.
Lashes, I think.
Microblading and eyelash extensions.
No, what's the other one?
The pigmentation.
Yes.
Microblading.
Well, in layman's terms, because I'm not in the industry, but I'm very interested in the permanent makeup.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. But that is not microblading.
Microblading is for the eyebrows.
For the eyebrows.
And,
but when you tint the pigment of your lips where you border it,
it's permanent.
Yes. We had somebody on our staff before she went to England back that does all that. But yes, that's the idea, that we offer all other types of beauty
so Alex,
careers.
You want your nice lady to wake up always ready to go. What do you think about that? Even cleaning the house, you got your permanent makeup.
It's under my mind to run wild.
You know what? On that note, we got to take a short break. When we come back, we'll hear more about the team, hours of operation, and share with you website, Facebook information. It says you got to keep it locked, and we'll hear more about Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School right here on Radio Cayman's Business Buzz.
Oh, Oh, gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Save time, don't stand in line. You can apply for or renew your trade and business license online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just visit dci.gov.ky and click on the Trade and Business Online application link. Now, you don't need to stand in line, take time out of your busy schedule, or try to find parking. You can apply for your trade and business license online. Visit dci.gov.ky today and save time for running your business.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz that is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Give them a call, 949-6211, and also by Cayman Insurance Center. Celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. Keeping the spotlight on Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School. Continuing on with our conversation, let's talk about the team. Share with us the details on your team and instructor or instructors for now.
Well, there's only one instructor for right now, and that is me. And it's because of the classes being very small. And as we grow and to get into the body therapy, we're going to have another instructor on board pretty soon. But again, we have our feelers out there for the best in the industry because we need these girls to graduate at the top of their class.
Excellent.
Yes.
What are the hours of operation of Cayman Career Academy? And for those who may just be joining us, your location?
So we're located at Smith Road Plaza.
And for those of you who don't know where that is, everybody knows Med Lab and Cayman Orthopedic Group. So it's that same plaza, and Dr. Madani and all those gorgeous people are there. So we're right in that same plaza.
Mm-hmm. The hours of operation for the school, the full-time students will be doing Monday to Friday from 9 to 4, and the part-time students will be doing 3 days a week, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 to 8. Then we have 2 Sundays where we're doing postgraduate students because we know the students who are going to be coming to that class, they're in the industry, but they don't work on a Sunday, so we accommodated the Sundays for them.
Excellent. For someone who's paying out of pocket, what are we looking at in an average of anyone wanting to undertake one of these courses?
Well, it depends on which course, but the massage course is what's coming up next, so...
What's an idea of the cost if someone has to pay out of pocket and not able to get a scholarship?
Okay, well, what we've done, but out of pocket, we're trying to work with them, like I said, and the Sedesco course in body therapy is like $100. Mm-hmm. And they, of course, have to buy their kits and their uniforms and other things extra and thing. But one of the things I wanted, so I got my train of thought back because I was thinking. I wanted to say that everything is registered online. Their books and things. So a lot of the postgrad students, we have everything. The books are online, so they can study at night. Mm-hmm. Even the other students, am I not correct, Wendy?
Everyone has e-learning.
Mm-hmm. So e-learning as well.
Yes, part of the package for the students are getting them on board with e-learning. So I will teach them as much as I can during the course of the day, and then they go in on their phones or on their laptops, on their tablet, and they have everything that we've taught, and the entire curricular syllabus is out there for them as well, yes.
Now, how can persons learn more in regards or get additional information about your programs that is being offered?
Well, as I said, we have an awesome website, And on it, it tells you all the enrollment process, the prerequisites, as well as the application form is there. But they can also call us at 945-6969, or myself, Jackie, at 916-8970. Or, as I said, all the details are really there. Mm-hmm. And so we're open. I'll get a lot of them registering online, and they can ask questions online through the portal on the website, and we tend to answer within the day.
Now, we heard about Cayman Career Academy International Beauty School, but tell us a little bit about Beyond Basics. I think it's fair to just give that a plug as well.
Yes. Okay, well, again, I'm really proud because Beyond Basics is the only SEDESCO certified facility in the Caribbean. So when Jo was here, that was the other thing. She inspected the school, the facility, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I've never gone to a facility that has all the equipment and as much equipment as you have. Your everything." I mean, she checked off our logs and everything, even how we dispense of our products to the varied providers. And she was so impressed with the facility that we are now a SEDESCO certified facility.
Excellent.
Which is quite a high honor, and so we're proud. Beyond Basics is more the medical spa, and WOW Spa is more the what I call the soft services, we day spa. We put it that next to the school because eventually, really, the students push themselves. The whole idea of creating WOW Spa was to give the students a place to practice on live patients, and they pay like every other academy in the world. You can come there and get a facial at half price when it's done by a student. Because we have to be talking and working with the students. So eventually you don't mind that. You get the opportunity to pay less, but still get a first-class service.
Yes. And look at how you're paying it forward, giving somebody an opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, and that's how they get their work experience, along with, of course, this is, as Wendy pointed out, not only a full-time course, but a high-demand course, because they have to do case studies, which have to be taken up, and not only that, they have to do their board exams at the end. So it's quite a good thing. But Beyond Basics is excited. I'm excited. We are just about to have our own dermatologist join us on the 1st of May. We have just brought in an amazing new machine besides the ones we had before that not only helps to reduce fat and cellulite, but it tightens at the same time.
Nice.
And that's amazing. So we're constantly bringing in, researching. We love our products that we have, which is Obagi, Skin Medica, and Image Skin Care. And the ranges are great. And we try our very best to keep with what Wendy said. I don't think there's a night. I'm subscribing to like about 5 different magazines all over the world, not only the U.S., but in England as well. And it's great to keep abreast what is in the field, because I always feel if you're in the field, you got to be abreast it. Otherwise, you need to get off the boat, you know?
It's true.
So...
No, exciting things, and I thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to see you grow, and it's an even greater pleasure for you to give us the opportunity to put the spotlight on your organization in collaboration, even with the government agency.
Well, I'm excited, and I'd just like to say to the public that we are taking our applicants right now. Like Ms. Dan pointed out, for the massage course, those you could register with work, which is on Midtown Plaza, but you can also register with us online or come directly to our school and register. And those who don't get the scholarship, we have amazing payment plans. My idea is to help every Caymanian who wants to do this to get to be able to do it. So whatever way I can work with them, I'm excited to do so as much as it is feasible.
We also have a leeway for any late entry applicants. What we're doing is for late entry applicants, it's that they're just going to have to do at least 2 or 3 Sundays to make up. Yes, so that nobody will be left behind, because we're getting a lot of interest still.
Now, in closing, what would each of you like to leave with our listening audience and viewing audience regarding Cayman Career Academy? We'll speak and start with, we're going to do it opposite, with Mr. Alex.
I definitely think it's an opportunity that everyone should explore. because there are a lot of possibilities out there. And, you know, our facility is equipped with the necessary tools, you know, to build, to help you to go out there and be the best that you can, from our teaching, even the application process where they are sitting with you one-on-one, and also the focus is there also with our educator. So I definitely say it's an investment that's worthwhile, so take the opportunity.
Thank you, Alex. Miss Wendy Lynch.
For the first part of my course, of Sedesco course that I've taught is history, with the history and the evolution of beauty. And I want to say that what I want to everyone to remember in Cayman Islands is this is an historical event. Do not downplay this event. It is greater than a lot of things, and more than anybody could think that this academy is. So history, we're making history here.
Thank you. Miss Diane Connolly.
Well, first of all, I said work is here not only to support those who are seeking employment, but for businesses who want to develop these opportunities. I would encourage those seeking new career pathways or may have an interest in beauty to take advantage of this opportunity. This is an exciting new time for TVET in the Cayman Islands, and we do hope to see more interest in this part of the industry. Those who are interested in the scholarship, please do get in contact with us. Our email is nwda.training@gov.ky, and our number is 945-3114.
Thank you so much. Miss Jackie, in closing.
Miss Sabrina, first I'd like to thank Radio Cayman for giving us this opportunity to tell about our school. And for me, it's a wonderful experience and a privilege to work with the government in providing such a facility of high prestige to the people of the Cayman Islands. And like Wendy said, I just hope that they understand that they don't have to go abroad now, and so they should take advantage of it, and we look forward to having our first graduation and proving that we can do this, and then bring in more courses to the Cayman Islands, though that nobody has to leave. That's why I had Beyond Basics in the first place, and this is why we now have the school. Thanks for the opportunity.
So it is indeed our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our guests were Miss Jackie Tomlinson-Smith, CEO, Principal of Cayman Career Academy, Miss Diane Connolly, Manager, National Training and Development Work, Miss Wendy Lynch, Beauty Spa Trainer, Educator, and Mr. Alex Jadonanan, HR Administrator, Tomlinson's Family Group. Thank you all for being our guests, and all the best and success to you in your endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, the Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 until approximately 9 a.m., and we want to thank our kind sponsors. Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center. Again, today is April 16th, National Day of Prayer. That takes place 12 noon right here at the Glass House, Elgin Avenue. An Easter Sunday, that's Easter sunrise service celebrating the resurrection, takes place Sunday, April 21st at 6 a.m. 3 locations. That's 7 Mile Public Beach, Red Bay Dock, and South Sound, and that's at Cowood Beach in Boddentown. Until Thursday, have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by insurance agents Michael Webster and Denise Brown from Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in life and property insurance. Don't take chances with your family's future.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.